Welcome back. 412-575-2600. That's the number to call us here on the Nightly Sports Call. Let's go to Mike in Hounsville. Mike, you're on the Nightly Sports Call.
Hi, Josh, Ron. How are you tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good. I was just wondering, what do you think the chances of the Steelers knocking off the Patriots this year?
Are you talking about in terms of a regular season game, or are you talking about in the playoff game?
Postseason.
In the postseason game, if it's not at Heinz Field, forget about it. That's pretty much where I stand with it.
I'm kind of wondering how they're going to do against Cleveland on September 11th before I worry about New England. A little soon to worry about that. Although I see Bill Belichick involved in some advertising work. Did you see him with his lady? Some very nice pictures. I don't know what was that for, jewelry or?
He had some nice makeup on too. He was very well done up.
Shout out to them. He and his lady, a nice photo spread.
So he's kind of opening up a little bit.
Well, showing he's a little bit of a human, because people, I think, were starting to wonder about that. I saw her at the game and doing. She had a big jacket on that Belichick on the back of it. Kind of hard to miss. Kind of hard to know who she is and who she is with. I did see her, and then those pictures are just really a different image for him, a different side for him.
I'm surprised it was a jacket, not a hoodie.
Yeah, he actually looked very nice.
Well, shout out to her. Good for her. Let's go to Bob in Clearfield. Bob, you're on the Nightly Sports Call.
Hi, gentlemen. Thanks for taking my call. You know,
Thanks
just a question and maybe a little bit of food for thought. I wonder if the Pirates would ever consider taking Jose Osuna and sending him to the Arizona Fall League to see if he could play third. David Freese is a top-notch utility man, but as a 34-year-old, everyday third baseman batting cleanup, that's really not the answer. But Osuna over at third base, I think that would be something they should consider. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. Thank you very much.
That's not too much out of the realm as far as reality, because Osuna was considered a very down-the-ladder option at third base. Not a guy that they will probably want to go to immediately for defensive reasons, but you might be on the right track as far as looking at him defensively at third. I know he was considered a way down-the-line option when they went into spring training. As far as David Freese goes, this is something I have to remind people. I wonder if people felt the same way about David Freese a year ago that they do now. Because, Ron, if you want to weigh in on this, you can. Because this time last year, David Freese seemed like more of a godsend than he did a liability. Because he was pretty much put in the same position. He had to be the guy that was the insurance policy against John Lozano.
He's a very good bench player, but he's not, and it shouldn't be an everyday player, and he wouldn't be if Gong hadn't really sabotaged their season by what he did. I love David Freese on my team, but I don't know that I want him playing third base every single day. He's got 11 extra base hits this season. I think Osuna has 14 or 15 in a whole lot less playing time. So, that's not enough for an everyday cleanup hitter, fifth hitter, wherever you're going to bat him. I love him on the bench. I don't like him as a regular starter. And he wouldn't be if Gong was here.
The thing also that stands out between this year and last year was that Freese just wasn't at third base last year. He had a lot of opportunities at first base, too, when there was at least a first base platoon being weighed out. So if you're looking at David Freese as far as just his value at third, I think last season his value looked a lot better because he was playing on both sides of the diamond.
Because he's a good bench player.
Because he's actually a guy who can fill more than one job. But at the same time, the emergence of Josh Bell has kind of nixed the need to put Freese over there. So now he's pretty much just stuck being a third base option.
Well, not stuck. They don't have really anyone else to play him unless you play Harrison at third.
Harrison.
Then you don't really have a guy you want to play at second base. Moroff got in tonight.
Right.
He's hitting 115, I believe.
And I think
he's not the answer.
And I think they've become a lot more comfortable with Adam Frazier being a better outfield option, especially with Gregory Polanco struggling the way he is this season as well. Got to take another break. We'll wrap up when we come back. Stick around.